Welcome back to a new video. I am so happy to do my October wrap up. I feel like the month of October went by really fast, but at the same time there was a period of time in the same month that I was like, the days are so slow. I had a really busy October with school and work, and you probably noticed that I didn't post so much in October. It was really hard to handle everything in October, but I am back and better for November, and I'm really excited to go back into making videos. I was surprised to see that on my Goodreads I read 21 books in October, which was kind of a shock because I mean this is a lot of books for 1 month where I was really busy. Obviously there is some novella because I continue reading the Shatter serie. So I started the month of October by reading Playing to Win by Stacey. I really love OK romance. This is just a thing that's been going on for quite a while now, and this is obviously an OK romance. It's the story of I really have trouble with names. The main guy is Jude. Kate and Jude, they shared a steamy romance in college just right before Jude decides to get drafted and goes to play pro in the NHL. Suddenly they don't have contact anymore, and she just has to continue through college while he is living his life in pro. And one day he gets hurt during a game and has to go back to his hometown where she still lives and work, and they meet again because she's actually working in the same establishment where he's getting rehab. I remember liking this book. I don't remember much, so it was not the book of the century, but I remember really liking this much and I gave it 3 stars. I read a lot of books from the Shatter serie. I am going to just quickly tell them. I read Unravel Me, Fracture Me, Ignite Me, then I took a little break, and then I read Restore Me, Shadow Me, Reveal Me, Defy Me. I think my favorite was Defy Me and Ignite Me. I really love Defy Me and Ignite Me, and honestly I was very skeptical about the whole Shatter Me series and why everyone seems to love it so much. But I get it now. The more you get into the book, the better they are. I am really getting attached to Juliet and Kenji and Aaron. Really like them. I think this is it. This is overall for now. I still have 2 books to read, 1 whole book and 1 novella, and then I'll be done. I think this is a good series to read. It's fun, it's fantastic, but well, it's not fantastic, it's sci-fi. Then I read Bound by H. Road by Cora Reilly. This is my almost monthly now mafia book. I mean, it was nice. It was not show-stopping, still the same thing. It's about Jana and Matteo. Matteo just really had his sight on Jana, and she was provoking him about how he was never gonna be able to have her, and then he convinced her father to let him marry her, so she decided to take her bag and just run away. And this is a very big deal because there's this whole concept around the virginity of the girl. The fact that Jana for 3 months is just running around Europe, just living her best life and hooking up with boys, that does not sit well for her father or for Matteo. Obviously, you know the story, he got her back, and you can probably know how everything just unraveled. I prefer the first one to this one, but I think I'm gonna like more the one about their little sister Liliana. This seems less into passion and sexual intercourse and more into being nice. I finally finally finished the entire Briar of Campus series by Elle Kennedy. I read The Dare, which was the last one in the Briar series, and I read The Legacy, which was the last book in the Off Campus series. So, The Legacy was about the three... there's Garrett, Jane, John Logan, John Tucker. There are only 4 boys. So, The Legacy is about the 4 couple that we've seen in the whole of Campus series. I didn't really like how there was always, oh, there's ballroom, getting clean. I don't know, I didn't like the concept of this book. I think it was a lot of drama for nothing. It was still nice to read. I was happy to see all of them and how they are. Not that they are grown up, but I mean, I would have lived very peacefully without this book. The Dare. Oh my god, The Dare gave it 4 stars. I love this book so much. Tahereh is a part of a sorority. She gets kind of bullied in there by some girls, and then at one party, one girl asks her to just hook up with Connor, and so she takes her balls and just goes to him and explains to him like, this is a dare, you don't have to do much, but I have to do this. And he did not reject her, and they start talking, and there was a lot of miscommunication in this book. She was feeling some type of way about her body and how she looks, but I don't know. I read the comments and I saw that a lot of people really didn't like that. I personally didn't have a problem with it. I really liked that she was honest about how she felt, even though it took a big part of her life and her relationship, but still, I mean, this is the case for a lot of people, so we're not gonna pretend that everyone is perfect. I don't know. I was really surprised to see the amount of comments about this on Goodreads, but I really like this book. I feel like there was a lot of chemistry between the 2 of them. So my phone didn't work for the past few books that I was talking about. I need to do it again. I read Beg You to Trust Me by Celeste B, and I gave this book 3 stars. It has a very heavy topic. It's talking about someone getting essay at a college party. So it's not something to treat lightly while reading it. You have to be in a good enough mind space, and I had a bit of a trouble getting through it at the beginning because I did not expect this. I didn't know it was about this when I went into reading this one. Then I read this book, A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks, 5 stars. I love the movie. I love this book. I cried so much while reading it. I just love this book. You have to read it. It is incredible. And I read The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. I was not a big fan, even though the trope was very interesting. I gave this book 3 stars. It is about a woman who works as a bodyguard in a firm, and she gets assigned to a new mission where she has to protect a famous actor because he has a stalker who is a bit quiet too much, and I feel like you're far away from me. The little twist in this is that he does not want his family to know that he has a bodyguard because he doesn't want to stress them and everything. She ends up having to pretend to be his girlfriend, so they don't know why this woman is just always around him. It was very interesting. I found it very funny that she talked about not knowing if he was acting or not, and the fact that he was an actor made her really doubt his sincerity. Then I read Say You Swear by Brandy M, and I gave it 3 stars. It was supposed to be 4 stars. And then there was this little plot twist at the end, and I was like, no way. I didn't like the plot twist at the end. I feel like it would have been fine without this drama. I don't know why I saw it coming. It starts with a brother, best friends, but also best friends tout court, relationship, and then she meets another guy, and there is kind of a love triangle. You go through a lot of emotion. In this book you have the, oh my god, I love this one, then you have the breakup and you're like, no. Then she's sad, but you're like, is this a rebound? Is this not? We don't know. It's a roller coaster. And then in the end I was like, I'm done. This is too much of a roller coaster for nothing. It was nice, but it was not necessary to have this much drama. Then I read From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. This is the first Mariana Zapata book that I am finishing. It was great. I gave it 4 stars. It was missing something to have the 5 stars feeling, but oh my god, first of all, once again, there are ice skaters, and oh my god, I have a thing. It's probably, I don't know how to talk. It's probably because I'm working at a ice park. I just feel like it's talking to me, those kind of romances. Anyway, she is an ice skater, but she started skating in Paris, and she just lost her partners. And there's this boy that she's known her whole life because he's the brother of her best friend, and he is an ice skater also, so she sees him at practice, and one day he asks her to be his partners for 1 year. And you see the relationship, it's grumpy versus grumpy. They are so funny together, and I love seeing the relationship evolved and people be like, no, we don't like each other, and I'm like, yes you do. I really like this book. Then I read Addicted After All. I gave this book 3 stars. I think this is the book that I like the most in the whole Addicted series, not the Sister Calloway, just in the Addicted one. I don't have much to say about it. Once again, it's just following the life of Lauren and Lily. I found Lauren really mature. It was mature, but also kind of a martyr. It was confusing to feel. I am happy to be down with his point of view. Normally I think the next book is gonna be about Rose and Connor, and I like being in their head way more than I like being in Lauren's and Lily's head. Then I read Is Start With Us by Colleen Hoover, the famous book who just got out. I gave this book 4 stars. I like it. I was expecting this, and my expectations were met. There is a subplot outside the relationship between Lily and Atlas that I was not expecting, but I did not feel like it was forced and that it had nothing to do in here. I like it. I feel like it was funny, and it gave us a bit more of in-depth about how Atlas can feel. I think it was in the continuation of It Ends With Us. Then I read The Roommate by Rosie Danan. I was not expecting this. This is about a socialite that just decides to move away from Rome to live with a boy that she has known her whole life. She has a crush on him, and she's like, I'm gonna live with him and he's gonna fall in love with me. That does not work, because when she goes there, he tells her that he gave his room to someone for the summer because he's going on tour, and she's like, we were supposed to live together to fall in love. This is not on my plan. Turns out that the roommate is actually is doing a movie. I don't know how to say it for YouTube. He's a special actor. This book was intense. I was not expecting this, but I had a great time reading it. Obviously, you have to be of a certain age to be comfortable reading it, because even for me, sometimes I was like, it is a bit too much. And if I was this girl living this in real life, I would have been dead of embarrassment multiple times. Then I finally read Indigo Ridge by Devney. Oh my god, this book was so good. I gave this book 4 stars. I had so much expectation going into it, and they were met. I love this book so much. This is about Griffin and Wynne. Wynne is the new chief of police, and the first night she decides to go to a local ball and she meets Griffin. They end up having a one-night stand, and the next day she has a meeting with her grandpa, who is the mayor of Quincy. She needs to meet the founding family because they are really important, and she has to be in good terms with them. And then she meets Griffin, who is actually the son of this founding family. The relationship is kind of tense at the beginning. She ends up discovering a body close to where Griffin lives. It's actually on his ranch. Yeah, I started reading this book and I was like, he gives me cowboy type of man. And then I learned that he's actually a cowboy because he has a ranch and everything. I was like, sold me on this. This is amazing. I love this. And yet there is someone dead and everyone is saying, yeah, there's been multiple suicide over this ridge. And she's like, multiple suicide, this is quite a lot. So she decided to investigate because for her, this is not suicide. Really, you have to read it. Then I read the new book by Anna Huang, King of Wrath. Anna Huang is the author of the whole Twisted serie. I really liked the Twisted serie and I actually really liked King of Wrath. I gave this book 4 stars. This is about an arranged marriage. It's about Dante and Vivienne that we kind of hear and see about in particular in Twisted Lies. It's Marriage of Convenience because Dante is getting blackmailed by Vivienne's father and they have to live together, so there is a fox proximity and it's quite a grumpy because honestly Vivienne at the beginning for me is not a sunshine. I like them together. This was a fun book. I really appreciate it. So this is it for the 21 book I read in October. I hope you had a great time. I would love to know what book you want me to read. If you have some books that you want me to do a reading vlog of, I am probably gonna do a reading vlog of November 9 because I feel like it should be good. Don't forget to subscribe and put a thumbs up. That would mean so much to me. Tell me what video you want me to do next and take care of yourself. Bye!